Made in Hollywood.
The animated sequel, Zootopia 2, starring Jennifer Goodwin and Ke Huy Quan, is made in Hollywood.
You can watch the classic Disney films and they do not feel dated. They are always about the human condition. They are always timeless and universal, and I feel like this is a message we've always needed. This is a message we need right now.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, the heartfelt drama Rental Family stars Brendan Fraser.
I do feel like I am claimed by the cast and crew of Rental Family.
Plus, the darkly comedic drama The Thing with Feathers stars Benedict Cumberbatch. The romantic holiday drama Champagne Problems features Minka Kelly. And Jordan Sparks stars in the romantic comedy Merry Little Mystery. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
In the animated sequel Zootopia 2, starring Jennifer Goodwin and Ke Huy Quan, a new mystery sends an unlikely duo undercover as chaos erupts with the arrival of a mysterious newcomer.
At the ZPD, partnership is the cornerstone of success.
No, carrots! Whoa! Beautiful!
You want to put bad guys away?
Ow! Stop pulling my ears, stop pulling my ears! Never pull a bunny's ears!
Be on the same page every day.
Jiggle it, let's go! I got this! Here's the fuzz!
Jennifer, what did it feel like stepping back into this world, especially with how much animation has evolved since the first film?
I remember when I saw just snippets of #1, and I had never seen anything like it animation-wise. And that bar was set so high. And there's actually a moment in #2 when the characters have gone through the pipe of water and they come out wet. And I was like, some kind of magic was done here to show this. Like, the visuals are stunning. And again, it's something I've never seen before.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
There's a snake!
I was blown away. I was just thinking, okay, so how do you give facial expressions and emotions to a character that has no hands and feet? Somehow, miraculously, they've accomplished that and more.
Snakes aren't the bad guys. I have to set things right. And when I do, my family will finally be able to come home.
Woo! Gary is described as the emotional anchor of the story, someone who's trying to restore his family's good name. What connected you most to him as a character?
He's faced so much negativity in his life, right? Being a snake is not easy, especially if you're, a very poisonous pit viper. But yet somehow he's able to maintain his positivity, his hopefulness, and to keep that big heart of his as big as you can get. It's so admirable.
We have to solve the case.
It's not worth dying for.
Judy! Nick! Good luck! I love you!
At its heart, this film is all about partnerships, understanding our differences and how they make us stronger. Why do you think that message resonates so strongly today?
You can watch the classic Disney films and they do not feel dated. They are always about the human condition. They are always timeless and universal, and I feel like this is a message we've always needed. This is a message we need right now. And the analogy that I've been using, which is not very poetic, but I'm a big jigsaw puzzle junkie. And I feel like you can't put a puzzle together with all the same shaped pieces. That to me is the movie. And we are always better together for honoring each other's differences and not just honoring them, but celebrating them and finding like real value and necessity in them.
Couldn't get through this interview without one pun, right?
We're all puns all the time over here.
If you could explore any unexplored district or species in Zootopia world for a potential third movie, where would you want to go or what would you want to see?
Well, if you stay after the credits,
I was gonna say something.
You will. I know so many people got up and left, and I made my family stay seated, and they were like, why? And I was like, because I am in the scene, so I know what happens. I would just say, I recommend you stay after the credits. There is a scene that tells you exactly where we might go, should there be a third.
When you two save the city, maybe everyone will see reptiles ain't that different. Huh.
Brendan Fraser stars in the heartfelt drama Rental Family about an American actor in Tokyo who takes an unusual gig and finds the line between performance and genuine human connection, reshaping his sense of purpose.
The market here isn't the same anymore. It's half the rate, twice the work. But I got you a gig and the pay is actually pretty good.
What's my part? I love the premise of a rental family for how unusual that really truly is. And then to learn that this really is a business. There are some 300 of them still existent today, probably more now. But I felt like, of course it makes sense to have actors stand in for these surrogate mothers, brothers, fathers to the client's needs.
What do you think we do here? We sell emotion.
How? But the story itself deviates from that make-believe pretend, and it gets real when they stop pretending and are genuinely affected by the relationships that are forged.
We play roles in the clients' lives. Parents, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, and help them connect to what's missing. To be honest with you, like in Japan, if you are let's say over age like 70, and if you have a gray hair and like a big beard, you can get a job like as a Santa Claus. And it does happen. Like, I mean, you will see them like all over town, like, you know, during the Christmas period. Along that line, you know,
I fit the part.
Yeah.
What do you need me for?
We need a token white guy.
Take one look at little Shannon Gorman, and you can't not fall in love with this kid. Just like Philip does. He did not expect to. He didn't even know he was looking for anything like that.
This girl needs a father.
Hi, Mia. I'm your father.
I'm your father.
Hello, Mia. I'm your father.
I hate you.
She hates me.
It's what being a parent is.
In her innocence and in his need to discover who he is and his paternal instincts he didn't know he had, something magical happens between the two of them. And I think that's really what the movie is about.
Why do you do this?
Sometimes the story we tell ourselves becomes the truth.
The experience of shooting in Japan was unique, singular to me. I'd traveled there several times before, but I was always trapped in a hotel room answering questions to journalists. So this time I actually got to get out into the city.
These people look at you like they've been waiting for you their whole lives.
Make friends with people that I still feel are now my family, and I do feel like I am claimed by the cast and crew of Rental Family.
And what you'll discover is that they stay with you.
Coming up, the darkly comedic drama The Thing with Feathers stars Benedict Cumberbatch, and the romantic holiday drama Champagne Problems features Minka Kelly. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it.
Yeah, I often dive deep into my psyche to get something of myself, and with this one I was just looking after myself and just making sure I could put it to bed at night.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
A grieving father's life spirals out of control when an unhinged house guest forces him to confront loss in the darkly comedic drama The Thing with Feathers, starring Benedict Cumberbatch.
How you doing?
I can't imagine how you must be feeling.
Do you want to talk?
Where's the milk? Stop it. I said first.
Ah, there he is. Sad dad.
I mean, I thought it was extraordinarily magical. It's a kind of unadaptable book because it's not a linear narrative. There are unreliable bits of narration in it where the boys are suddenly old men looking back in time, and then there's Crow and the way the words are spaced and how onomatopoeic that whole thing is. And he did it. And it was this incredible read. And so much of the flavor of the book was there that I forgot that the book wasn't what I was reading. And I was sold on that. And then I was like, who's Dylan Southern? I watched his documentaries, and I'd seen half of one before the LCD sound system one, Meet Me in the Bathroom. But anyway, point is, it became a friendship and a trusting one, and the collaboration came thick and fast after that, and away we went.
The English widower allowed his kingdom to go to ruin and abandoned his 2 sons.
I just built the world that's not there. You know, this is a very iterative piece. I'm called Dad, they're called boys, Crow's called Crow, and Mum is Mum. And I had to build, and she's not in it. She's just a figure in it and a silhouette and a body at one point, but you don't see her face. And I had to build this world that I could see, that I could access. And the set was helpful for that. Also, we had the boys recording of their voiceover for their section of the film, which comes in, and to have that sense of loss from these extraordinary non-acting children. They'd never been on a set before, Richard and Henry Boxall, their twin brothers. And it was an immediate trigger into a space of grief and loss and pain to hear those voices talking about their mum and what they missed.
We should talk about the difference between grief and despair.
I'm so fond of them, and there was lots of levity and there was lots of gameplay and fun off set as well. There were football and cricket matches and Lego building and all sorts of fun. They're terribly, terribly sweet children. I'm very, very fond of them.
Those boys need bows and arrows.
Let's get Crow!
They need stories, they need myths, they need chaos.
Lots of scenes where Dad breaks down and weeps, Dad howls, Dad cries. Yeah, you have to try and ignore those stage directions and find it. But yeah, I often dive deep into my psyche to get something of myself. And with this one, I was just looking after myself and just making sure I could put it to bed at night.
Do your worst. No, I intend to do my best.
Now available on your home screen. In the romantic drama Champagne Problems, featuring Minka Kelly, a determined executive travels to France during the holidays to lead a major acquisition for a historic champagne house.
So, what are you going to do first? You should start at the Eiffel Tower.
I don't have time for sightseeing, Sky. This is a huge opportunity for me.
Promise me that you will take one night off from work.
I loved this character. I loved Sydney because she's such a strong, independent, hardworking girl who is really excited about this opportunity she gets to go to Paris and close this deal. And she has this sister who's encouraging her to just take a day off for herself.
I came here today to hear your proposals for my vineyard. Who wants to start?
Sydney.
Henri?
Henri is my son. You know each other?
I think his vulnerability, someone very sensitive, and he struggled with his feelings. This is something I told myself maybe for the first time in his life, he is able to express his feelings, and even if there is the barrier language, because this is something in this movie, and this is something I love too, because how you fall in love with someone who don't speak your language. You just feel the soul of the other one, and you fall in love like this.
We met last night.
Okay, that clears up nothing.
I think there's just something so nostalgic about the holidays that is impossible for any of us to resist. What I love about these kinds of movies is you just look forward to this every year, and you look forward to however life is lifing. You get to just put it all down and take a break and get cozy and watch one of these movies and get lost in the romance and the fantasy of the romance and fall in love with these characters. And I think it's just the best time of year.
You think I'm flirting with you?
Anything could happen. Anything could...
Aren't you?
Si, absolument.
I think we can all sort of relate to having to be reminded to actually just enjoy your life for a minute and not feel like you have to, know your worth by what you produce. It's like we can take a day off and enjoy your life, especially if you're in Paris. And you find love when you least expect it. No matter how hard you try to resist it, when it shows up, sometimes you just can't fight it.
You and your family watch Die Hard on Christmas too?
Yes, but in Germany it's considered a tragedy. Poor Hans Gruber. Deeply misunderstood.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out MoviePhone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, Jordan Sparks stars in the romantic comedy Merry Little Mystery.
Anytime I can make someone smile or bring some joy to their heart, I want to do it.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. Jordan Sparks stars in the romantic comedy Merry Little Mystery about a young woman who covertly plays Secret Santa in her small hometown while navigating a budding romance with a persistent reporter.
I started the tradition the very first Christmas you came to live with us.
This is Grandpa's legacy. What if I mess it up?
You said you've been trying to figure out what you could do with your life to help people.
I love Christmas time and Christmas movies, and I thought, hey, this sounds like a fun thing to be a part of. I did get to be a part of a little bit like how Natasha is. I was grateful that they gave me a look at the list of who the handsome reporter was supposed to play opposite of me. So that was really lovely to be able to kind of say, hey, I'm kind of leaning towards this person, or maybe this would work. And Keon, I'm just so grateful that he got the part.
Out of all the people who've tried to figure it out over the years, what makes you think that you're going to figure out who our Santa is?
I did have the script for a little while before I actually got there, and I'm an avid reader anyway, so I was reading that thing like every single day, so I kind of had a gist of where we were going, but it was a short shoot. I think it was 3 weeks total, so we really had to make sure we were on point.
Adrian is hot on my trail.
Can I see you again really soon?
It's a small town, Adrian. We're bound to bump into each other.
I was talking to Graham, the producer, and Caroline, and I was like, I have a whole bunch of Christmas music for you guys to use if you'd like, if there's something that you love. They were like, well, anything that you can give us would be great. And I actually ended up getting in the studio with this writer and producer that I really love. His name is Toby Gadd. We started talking about Christmas. I was telling him about the movie, and then boom, we had the idea that day. And then I think a week later, we came back and wrote the song, and now it's in the movie. So it's really exciting.
Why can't you admit you like each other?
What if girl is afraid of getting her heart broken?
No risk, no reward.
When you think of Christmas, there's so many memories and emotions attached to it that it's really easy to kind of, as an actress, find yourself in those feelings. It's easy to tap into that. But also as a viewer, you're thinking about all your memories and you're thinking about all the fun times that you had with either your family or friends, or a romance maybe that you had or maybe you didn't have. And that's why I like being a part of them. I love being able to bring that to people. And I try to do that with my music as well. So anytime I can make someone smile or bring some joy to their heart, I want to do it.
When I solve this mystery, I'll have more freedom to work from wherever I want.
What if you don't?
Don't jinx it.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.